The Londonpreneur Show with Michelle Carter.
Welcome, Londonpreneurs, to another episode of The Londonpreneur Show. I'm here with the lovely Jennifer Grigg from Social Dragon Marketing. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So can you give us a little bit more details about what Social Dragon Marketing is?
Sure. Social Dragon Marketing is a social media. I do social media for small to medium-sized businesses. And I do everything from setup to training to actually doing the social media for the business. And that includes everything from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook, LinkedIn, blogs, newsletter, everything you can think of.
Great. So what's your favorite part? Do you have a favorite social media?
My favorite is Facebook.
Yeah.
I love the interaction. It's very social, and I like the slower pace. So I can look at the videos. I can chat with my friends at the same time. You know, I can look at the text. I can look at the videos. I just love Facebook. I could live on there.
So why did you decide to be an entrepreneur?
Around 2011, I was working for a company, and I was downsized, and I lost my job. And I was getting interviews, but I wasn't getting the ideal job. I was getting some jobs, but they were $10,000 to $15,000 less. At that time, London had the highest unemployment rate. Mm-hmm. And I've dealt with that before, where you take a lesser paying job where it's $10,000 to $15,000 less, even $5,000, and it takes so long to get back up. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it this time. And I went to 3 employment counselors. And all 3 said, you're doing well because most people aren't getting the interviews. Well, that's not going to pay my bills, right? So then I started to do social media training to beef up my skills for jobs. And I started learning about it, and fell in love with it.
Nice. I want to congratulate you right now about the job you did in the mayoral race with Paul Chang, all the way from an unknown Londoner to second place almost.
Thank you very much.
Some of that story you want to share with our audience?
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yep, it was a lot of work. Paul was a great man to work with. Him and his wife are fantastic people. We had a great team, and I learned so much in the process. It wasn't just where I was just doing the social media and that was it. I was right in the mix of everything, and it worked out really well.
Bravo again.
Thanks.
Can you sort of explain some things you're struggling with as a business owner?
As a business owner, I think what I'm struggling with is not necessarily a struggle, but it's what every other business owner is finding. Where do you find those customers? What rock are those customers hiding under, right? So I think that that's the hardest part right now for me, is finding where are the customers? Because you just don't want any customer. You know, not every customer is going to be a good fit for me, and I'm not a good fit for every customer, right? So we got to find out, where are those customers?
Absolutely. And where do you see your business going about 5 years from now?
In 5 years, global, global, global. Seriously, I want to be big in 5 years.
Absolutely. Any plans for 10 years down the road? I guess.
The movie.
There you go.
The movie about me.
Absolutely. That's a great plan. Is there any sort of mistakes you like to share with others that you've sort of made in business?
The biggest one I can think of right at the top of my head is not being my authentic self. Yeah. When I started my business, people would tell me, you can't talk like that. You can't write that on your website. You know, you have to act this way. And I believe them, right? These are people who've been in business for years. They're well respected. So I was not myself. And then as soon as I gave myself permission to be me, everything changed.
Wow, what great advice.
Yeah, you have to be authentic.
What sort of things can we watch out for when it comes to planning our own social media strategy?
The thing that you have to watch out for is that you need a plan. A lot of people think that, oh, social media is easy because it happens all around us, but it's really not. You have to plan on what your objective is. And of course, our objective is always sales. That's a given, right? But we need to know, is it brand awareness, right? Is it more traffic to your website? Is it for a sale that you're doing? You have to plan and constantly be changing that plan to keep up with the ever-changing environment.
You said Facebook is your favorite. If we're talking about Twitter, what would be a strategy off the top of your head?
Use it, and use Twitter. People don't use it enough. To me, Twitter's a beast. Think of Twitter as your biggest networking party that you've ever been to. Think of it's got like 1,000 people. 1,000 people that you don't know. And you have to go out to every single one of those people and introduce yourself. Hi, hi, hi. Introduce yourself. Build relationships with these people. Just like as when we meet friends or when we're dating, right? We have to build relationships and show these people who our authentic selves are without selling. Because you would never want me to come up and go, hi, I sell social media. I sell social media. Yeah. You're not going to buy from me. And so many people do that. They become very salesy. When it comes to Twitter, just keep using it. Talking and nurturing, finding people to talk to. And you know what? You don't want them just to retweet your information, to promote you, to talk to you. You have to talk back to them too.
Oh, so don't just go on Twitter and say what's happening in your life right now.
That's right. You've got to go out and find people. You know what? And if you're a local market, like some people in London are, it's just local. You only want to talk to the local area. You want to find your customers. So if somebody in Georgia or India decides to retweet you or decides that they want to follow you, you have to be careful. I mean, yes, we people in Georgia, people in India, they're all great to have in our connections. Fantastic to have, because you never know where you're going to grow friendships and relationships with. But you have to be careful. A lot of people on Twitter, what happens is they think, I follow you, so you have to follow me back.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
And you don't want to follow that rule. You really want to follow people who are going to help you in your business.
I've also noticed lately that Instagram has surpassed Twitter. What do you think about that story?
Instagram is fabulous.
Yeah.
Think of it as a picture book. It's all pictures, but 15-second videos.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Instagram is fantastic. And there's so much that you can do there.
And how can we apply that to business as entrepreneurs?
I write a blog.
Okay.
Right? On my website, I have a blog. So whenever I do a blog, I make sure there's an image that's in my blog and it's on Instagram. And I would put a paragraph or two of what the blog is about with my hashtags, because Instagram is hashtag oriented.
Yes.
And I tell them where the link is. The link's in my bio. Go up to my bio and click on that link. Or here's a link for you to copy. And you'd be surprised at the number of people who will come to you and read your stuff. If you have good stuff, no matter where you are in your social media, people will read it. People will come to you. You just have to know what your good stuff is and where your customers are. That's what's most important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't want to be hanging out in some place where your customers aren't hanging out.
Yes. So what do you think is the future for LinkedIn?
The future for LinkedIn is probably it's only going to get bigger and better. LinkedIn is business oriented. So many people make the mistake where they post the same thing that they're going to be posting on Facebook and they post it on LinkedIn. That's fine if it's business oriented, but if you're talking about how you got a stuffed animal for Christmas and you start posting that on LinkedIn, wrong. It's a wrong place. LinkedIn is just going to get stronger and stronger. Everybody who owns a business needs to be on LinkedIn. You need to make sure your profile is 100% complete. And that includes a photo, and that includes filling out every single section that's there.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Where can our viewers find more information about you?
They can find me at socialdragonmarketing.com, and I'm on all the social media accounts too, so shouldn't be a problem.
We'll make sure to put a link in the show notes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to like and share the video with your friends and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We'll talk to you next time.